Hi and welcome to Jothishi.com. Today we are going to be talking about the nakshatra Uttara Phalguni in our nakshatra series. So today let's talk about the Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra and continue the nakshatra series.
Yes.
Let's again talk about characteristic traits, what personality types,
Yes.
right, and some celebrities as well who are
Yes.
born in Uttara Phalguni.
Yes. Yes. So Uttara as we all know, is ruled by Aryaman. So Aryaman is again a solar deity, and it sort of reflects the flavor of Surya. So that is what the deity of thing is. And Aryaman, if you notice, most of the Hindu marriages, along with Indra, Varuna, Agni, and all that, Aryaman is the person who is the god who is called for. So we have this invocation, right? So we have this Mangal Sutram. So when you tie the Mangal Sutra, then Pani Grahanatham, that is, you hold the hand and then tell that we'll be friends for life. Then you have Agni Parikrama, that is Saptapadi, 7 rounds that you take around the saying that we'll be friends and we'll have partners for 7 generations, kind of a thing. And then you have a pratigya saying that we will live together for generations. So all these shlokas contain Aryaman primarily because the from a dharma perspective, Aryaman is considered to be the best. So in marriage, it is invoked, with the expectation that the dharma will continue even post marriage, kind of a thing. So that is one theme which is clearly which comes out. Auspiciousness due to marriage or prosperity due to marriage is what Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra guarantees. So for example, a person like Sharmila Tagore, person like Maushmi Chatterjee, one marriage and they will continue with the same partner for throughout life. They grant prosperity to the partner, kind of a thing.
Okay.
So even it may not be definitely related to wealth or sexual tendencies, kind of a thing. So for example, Sharadama, she did not consummate her marriage with Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. So, but she continued to live her life along with him throughout. So that companionship, that theme is very, very strong in Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra. That good friend, one companion, a close friend, a childhood friend, a partner for life. So those kind of things, and then prosperity after marriage. So Phalguni means fruits.
Okay.
Uttara means post.
Right.
Purva is pre.
Right.
So post marriage, the fruits, the prosperity that comes out. So that theme is pretty very strong from a Uttara Phalguni.
So when you say prosperity post marriage, right?
Yes.
And you used a very strong word called guarantee.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Post marriage.
Yes.
So and it need not, like you mentioned, it need not be just material wealth,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So how do you define prosperity here, Anand? If you can, give some more perspective.
Yes. So from a marriage perspective, from a chart perspective, we talk about Navamsha, right? So we look at Navamsha for marriage, and Navamsha talks about our dharma. So our Hindu dharma primarily talks about 4 ashramas. We have talked about in a separate video, and out of those 4 ashramas, the ultimate aim is for both of you to converge and then move towards a spiritual direction. So that is the definition of prosperity from a Hindu perspective, from a Sanatana Dharma perspective. It is not that you live for 18, 20 years and make billions of dollars and then move apart like Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates, kind of a thing. So that is not prosperity from a Hindu marriage perspective.
Got it. So you meant like walking the path together.
Yes, walking the path together, because Aryaman is against soul, sun is against soul. So you actually activate your soul and move towards divinity, kind of a thing. So that is where the beauty of Uttara. And that if you want one particular friend, if you want looking for a confidant, if you are looking for a partner, this nakshatra is pretty fantastic from that perspective, because that person more or less will be with you in your path for life, kind of a thing. So that is what the nakshatra sort of gives, the flavor that
nakshatra gives. Now the Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra falls in the house of Leo and Virgo.
Yes.
Right. So moon being in the house of Leo and Virgo.
Yes.
What sort of what sort of characteristics does a person come up with?
Yes. So the flavors that come out is one pada is in the fifth house of Leo, and the remaining are there in the Virgo kind of a thing. So the sixth house flavor is reasonably very strong. So for example, the sixth house of sports, for example, is very strong. So anybody with Uttara Phalguni is reasonably can look at sports as a career. So we have examples like Dhoni, Virat Kohli, both
Okay.
I mean both captains of Indian cricket team. So my favorite, Gabriela Sabatini. I don't know if you have. She's an old tennis player. She used to play with Martina Navratilova. So fantastic sports kind of Serena Williams. So sports is a very good thing to pursue from an Uttara Phalguni
Okay.
Nakshatra kind of a thing. Second, sixth house is again the house of the war. Sixth house is again the house of enemies and all that. So this theme of, for example, Nathuram Godse, the theme comes out. That enemy, that killing, and those kind of things. That flavor comes out from Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra. And then sixth house, so War and Peace, Leo Tolstoy. So the book that he wrote was about War and Peace. The sixth house flavor comes there. So he's also a perfect example of Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra. Then you have enemies in politics as well. So you have Sushma Swaraj. Those kind of flavors come out very clear. Sushma Swaraj again, one partner and confident for life kind of a thing. So that flavor is very clear
Strong.
and very strong in Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra.
Now, so Leo being ruled by the sun,
Yes.
and Virgo being ruled by Mercury.
Yes.
Right now, if we go back to the Hasta Nakshatra video, you
Yes.
talk about Mercury also being related to Buddhi,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So any correlations there? Like you mentioned for
Yes.
Hasta Nakshatra, it is good to chant the
Yes.
Gayatri Mantra.
Yes.
Any correlations here that?
No, here it's primarily Surya. It's got to do with Surya Bhagavan. So
Right.
Om Suryaya Namaha or Japapa Kusuma
Aditya
Sankasham,
Hridayam.
Aditya Hridayam. Anything to do with or thinking about Aryaman or praying to Lord Aryaman is fantastic thing for Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra to do. And then the flavor of communication and the flavor of agility also comes in the sixth house. So that is also a flavor that comes out. In the fifth house, so the fifth house of entertainment, fifth house of strong passion. So we have celebrities like Rajesh Khanna. So Rajesh Khanna, despite having a fifth house of very strong passion kind of a thing, he was sort of a confident kind of a thing, one marriage and those kind of things. So that is also very strong. Then we have when fifth house flavor comes out, we have Mel Gibson. Then we have Sean Connery. Again, Sean Connery, the roles that he used to do were sort of Sixth House
James
War
Bond,
and James
yeah.
Bond and those kind of
Right.
things. So that flavor comes out very strongly.
Got it.
And then this nakshatra is sort of represented by a two-legged god or a healing bed. So people here are very good at social service. People who are very good at taking care of people, inviting people to home as and taking and being their host kind of a thing. So they're very good at taking care of guests and those kind of things. And this two-legged thing is also sort of related to, for example, bikes. Dhoni has multiple bikes and those kind of things. So that flavor also is comes out in Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra kind of.
So from a career perspective, since you spoke about war,
Yes.
Being a part of the armed forces, is
Yes.
that a
Yes.
good
Yes.
career
It's a
option?
very good career from a sixth house perspective. Armed forces is a fantastic thing to pursue for an Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra. Anything to do with sixth house like law. Law is because you arguments and then fighting and then winning battles kind of a thing. So law is a very good thing to pursue. And then from the fifth house perspective, entertainment is also good. Sixth house perspective, like Deepak Chopra, like healing. Healing is a very good thing to pursue from a Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra.
So being a doctor,
being a doctor,
right,
being a
alternate
nurse,
healing.
yes, alternate healing. So Deepak Chopra is typically an alternate healer kind of a thing. A doctor with an alternate healer kind of a combination.
Got it.
So it's a very good thing to pursue for an Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra.
Okay, so these are some good career options for them.
Yes.
Okay, nice. And also from a relationship perspective, you did mention that it is going to be one single person whom they.
If you want, in a normal relationship, if you want to locate a friend, locate an Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra friend. They may also be what do you call, that friend, if he or she moves away, there will be a little bit of irritation and jealousiness. So for example, that person will want only that friend. It becomes such a strong bond from a Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra. So you would have noticed, in schools, especially girls, they have one single friend and they move around with that friend together. So one of them, you can be reasonably sure that it's an Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra
Okay.
kind of a thing.
Okay.
Yes.
And rat being,
Yes.
the deity
Yes.
of or the other god, right,
Yes.
representing this. So I'm assuming these people are very agile,
Yes.
nimble,
Yes.
right? Can move through things
Yes.
swiftly.
So they're good at, sort of taking care of home, hosting people, managing. So they may not be interested to work. They may work,
Okay.
but they may not be exactly interested to work. So if you notice all these celebrities mentioned, post marriage, Sharmila Tagore or Moshmi Chatterjee, post this thing, they would have quit their active career and then wanted to, sort of take care of the house,
family.
family and house kind of a thing. So they prefer to be at home and then taking care, but they may work because of needs and necessities,
Right.
those kind of things. But generally they
Okay. It's
prefer
not
to
a
be.
very career-driven
Yes,
type of
yes, yes.
nakshatra.
They're sort of more of homely kind of
Got it.
a person. And Aryaman, if you notice, is the third son of Aditi. So among the 12 Adityas, Aryaman is the third. So this concept of three is reasonably important in Uttara Phalguni. So the third house, the third thing. So smile. The smile of that person will be, so Virat Kohli or a Dhoni or Moshmi Chatterjee or Sharmila Tagore. Their smile is reasonably very strong. And third house is also the house of communication. And fourth from the third house is the sixth house. So third, four, five, six. So it has to do with the vehicle for communication. So you would notice like Alexander Graham Bell. He invented the telephone, the vehicle for communication. So that theme is reasonably so. And anyway, normal from Lagna, the fourth house is the vehicle. So similarly, the vehicle from the communication house is the vehicle for communication. So
Right.
like that, telephone is a fantastic invention from that perspective. So Graham Bell, that concept
Right.
also reasonably comes
So
out in the.
someone who works with mobile phones,
Exactly, yes.
right? That
So
is also
the CEO of Nokia and those kind of things, they will definitely sort of have some flavor from Uttara Phalguni
Got it.
Nakshatra kind of.
Got it. Something to do with communication.
Communication, yes.
That sort of comes into
Anything
play.
to do with communication and its vehicle. So
Right.
some invention related to.
Yes. It could also be like routers
Yes.
that essentially
Yes.
enable communication,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
Cisco, those
yes,
sort of
yes.
companies as well have
Yes.
this sort of. So, like Anand mentioned, Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra falls in the natural fifth and the sixth house of the zodiac. So, very clearly it mentions things like healing, right? Working for the army, right? Or being passionate about something that you're working for. And also, this nakshatra comes with having the ability to be with one person. Naturally, this person is, having one friend in life or, having one marriage, right? So, that is the predominant characteristic of this particular nakshatra. If you would like to know more and get your chart analyzed, do log on to Jothishi.com.